Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game rated M by the ESRB.
So how far is this creek?
It's a bit of a ride still, and it's not a creek. It's the same lake we camped on, just a different part. It'll be worth it. I saw some big drum and sturgeon there. Should be rock bass, bluegills, perch, pickerel too. It's a good spot.
We'll see if you're as good at catching fish as you are at catching criminals, Arthur.
Trelawney owes me for that.
Trelawney owes everyone for something, but his information is good.
Plus, we are now ingratiated with the local law. I'd say it was a worthwhile diversion all around.
Trelawney's like a bad penny.
I'm not sure how good a magician he is, but he's certainly good at disappearing when he feels like it.
Where does he go?
Everywhere and nowhere, it seems. We wouldn't have got Sean back if he hadn't been weaseling around down that way, though.
Hey, Dutch, remember that time you found him in the outhouse?
Oh, yeah. We hadn't seen him in weeks. We stopped in some dead-end town in the middle of nowhere. Don't even remember the name.
You and Bill were off doing something, Arthur.
So, we pick up some supplies. I go to relieve myself. Open the door, and there's Trelawney, sitting there, newspaper in hand. Mr. Vanderlyn. I say, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, I could ask you the same thing. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little privacy, I ate a rotten oyster.
Hey, maybe there are actually 100 Trelawneys.
What a terrible thought.
He does seem to pop up in just like various places. I just love all this this sense of camaraderie and all this additional optional mission content. How even after all of that, you are allowed to go, fishing. Kind of looking forward to it, especially since there's been all this additional dialogue, all this additional lore.
Ah,
I remember thinking that Red Dead Redemption 1 had a lot of good lore, but I don't think it even begins to compare to how fleshed out this second game is. And it's nice because it is a prequel, so it's covering stuff that you get to know where everything kind of leads.
I saw some boats around last time. Be good to get to deeper water. Yes, over there on the shore.
So this is turning into like a full-fledged fishing thing.
I'm sure nobody would mind if we borrowed one of these. Come on.
Wow, this is incredible. I also saw back at the camp, one of the things in the ledger now is you can buy a boat. This must be a taste of that.
All right. This looks like a fine vessel.
Okay. Come on, Arthur. Let's get her in the water.
I got a good feeling about fishing here. There's supposed to be some incredible sturgeon.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Let me row. You boys are too old for real labor no more.
You're too dumb for anything else.
You're still too quick for me, old man.
I enjoy picking on children. Now take us to the deeper water and pray for good luck and stupid fish.
But what about stupid luck and good fish?
That'll do, too. Head towards the middle of the lake.
It's incredible that this could have easily been skipped. Like, seriously, this is wild. You could have just been like, nah, I'm good. This is all just optional.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen.
Quickly equip a required item.
Where's your rod, Arthur?
Should really come here at dawn or dusk. That's when you catch the best fish. We should use a lake lure. That'll give us a much better chance of hooking something big like a sturgeon.
The lake lore. Smaller fish, smaller fish, smaller fish. Oh, the bottom. I see it. I got it.
What's wrong with a good old worm?
Oh, worms are good for tiddlers like bluegill and rock bass, but you'd have to be real lucky to catch a sturgeon with one.
Lures it is, then. You heard the expert, Arthur. Let's bait up.
Keep the lure moving slowly on the water so it looks like a little fish just asking to be eaten.
This is basically Fishing
I think that's a
102.
bite. There he is.
Because we had Fishing 101 with Jack.
It looks like you got a bite, Arthur. Fish on the line, Arthur.
I think I remember how to do this. Let's bring this sucker in. Come on, baby.
You got a bite. Got one. Shit. Got away.
Bring it in. Getting close now. I think I about got this one.
Hey, look at this beauty.
There you go.
Well done, Arthur.
They can grow a lot bigger than that. Fella told me he once saw a monster lake sturgeon near the mouth of the river, just southwest of Saint Denis. 50-pounder, he reckoned.
I would like to see that. Hey, Hosea. You remember that time we sent Arthur out fishing? He came back with 3 beautiful bass.
Not this again.
I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah. You do. He was maybe 20. 21. Walked in all full of himself. We had a big feast. Toasted him all night.
This was 15 years ago.
Oh, I remember now.
Then, the next week, Arthur and I are at the market, and Fishmonger calls out, "So how did you enjoy those bass?"
Look, you can fish, or you can go drinking all day, rob someone, and buy some fish.
That's on the hook, Arthur.
Well done.
I'm getting some fish today.
I
That's
used to go
good.
fishing with this feller back in the day. Wesley, his name was. Real miserable bastard, but he loved to fish. We'd go out all the time. But one day, we were river fishing when we see a funeral procession going over the bridge, and out of the blue, Wesley stands up, takes off his hat, bows his head. Then he sits down, picks his rod back up, and carries on. Doesn't say a word. So I'm a little surprised and say, "Wesley, that was nice of you." And he replies, "Well, felt I had to. After all, I was married to her for 30 years.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, dear God. I might swim to shore.
Nice, you hooked him.
This one seems big. I don't know if it's actually big, but it feels like it.
Montana last year, we had a banquet planned that night until Copper went and scoffed the lot.
You never had control of that dog.
He had some spirit, though. Never lost the puppy in him, right to the end.
You know, I remember us saying how Blackwater was the furthest east we'd ever been. As a group, I mean.
Feels like the more we try to head west, the further east we end up.
We had all those safe spots picked out to lie low in New Austin after the ferry job.
I liked it there. Still open and wild, the way it should be. Somehow the desert makes you feel closer to the sky.
No point us trying to get back that way anytime soon. Pinkertons had patrols out all over tall trees and Great Plains. We saw when we went back to Sean.
Well, look at us now, huh? It could be worse. Plans change. That's just how life goes. Just gotta reel him in now, Arthur.
Nicely done, Arthur.
Did I ever tell you my mother's buried in Blackwater?
Really? She is?
Apparently so. I only found out from an uncle of mine years later. Last I knew, she was still outside Philadelphia. I left home at 15 and didn't see her again. She and I didn't always see eye to eye. I wasn't always a very obedient child.
I can only imagine.
Still, I loved her in my own way, and she me in hers. Somehow, even from the grave, she managed to have the last laugh.
Something's nibbling.
I'm really impressed how much dialogue there is out here on the boat. It's like they have all of these possible stories that they can just keep pulling from.
Good job, Arthur.
I ain't getting no bigger fish. Seriously, they're all the
Keeping
same
that
size.
one, eh?
Keeping all of them. What are you talking about? Are you guys done? I mean, we've been maybe like one more, man. But that's probably about it. You guys stopped telling stories, so I'm starting to wonder. I think we did truly hit the end of the dialogue here. I was wondering. Also, looks like maybe time stands still. I don't know if time is actually passing either.
You got a bite. You hooked him.
I'm gonna bring this in and call it a day, I think. Reeling fast.
You're getting the hang of this.
Yeah, I'll say. Unfortunately, all the fish are the same stinking size. And I'm
Yeah,
keeping them all.
That's a keeper.
All right, folks. I think I'm done with this.
Hey, I reckon we call it a day, fellas.
Already?
You ain't been chasing down outlaws.
All right. Think we got a decent haul here. Pearson will be happy. Should we head back?
We could keep the boat not too far back to camp from here.
Good idea. Could be useful.
What about the horses?
Well, they'll find their way back.
Just follow the shore south, Arthur.
That was fun. Thank you, boys. Now, Hosea,
Yes.
how about a song?
Okay. All right, I got one for you. I asked that gal to give me some.
I asked that gal to give me some. She says wait till the taters is done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. Threw her on the floor and I knocked off some. I wish to God I'd have passed her by. I wish to God I'd have passed her by. Tater got burned and so did I.
That was pretty good. But you know, what song we should be singing?
What?
Well, look at us. 3 mariners.
Ah, of course.
Well, we be 3 poor mariners newly come from the seas. We spend our lives in jeopardy while others live at ease. Shall we go dance this round, around, around? Shall we go dance this round, around, around? Hey, there is a bully boy, come pledge me on this round, round, round. We care not for the martial men that do our state's disdain, but we care for the merchant men that do our state's maintain. To them we dance this round, around, around. To them we dance this round, around, around. And he that is a bully boy, come pledge me on this ground, 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 ground.
Oh, bravo! Bravo! Well, you know, we should not let the folks back at camp think we had too much fun.
Indeed not.
That was seriously great. Everything about this was great. I sincerely enjoyed this.
All right. I think we are gonna be okay. I know. I always know. Whenever I got you two by my side, things are gonna be just fine. This place will be good for us. For now, anyway.
I hope so.
Well, I am going to take in the view.
I'll give these fish to Pearson.
Man, this game feels alive. It really does. If you held on for this entire thing, if you watched this entire video, I sincerely appreciate it. And I'm glad that that you hopefully enjoyed it, because I sincerely did. Red Dead is seriously an incredible masterpiece of a game, and there's still so much more to come. Thank you so much for watching.
Arthur, how you been? I've been real worried.
What do you
Oh
want?
my God.
Don't be like that. Just a few bucks, and I'm short.
Get lost.
Well, I'll go try someone with a heart.
You do that.
Uncle, I was trying to end the episode. See you next time for more Stephen Plays Red Dead Redemption 2.